What's going on, internet? It is it's me, it's the masked man. I apologize if I seem somewhat agitated, but people in my real life have no respect whatsoever for my time, and they will take my time and they will interrupt me whenever they damn well please. So I apologize if I seem, off or irritated, but it's been quite a long day. But the show must go on. I must proceed and go forth and try to conquer the YouTube landscape. I got a email from one of my subscribers. She asked that I did not say her name. I will honor her wishes, and I actually kind of appreciate her for telling me that I didn't have to say her name, because I believe if I would have tried to say her name, I would have not done a good job. But her YouTube handle is Miss Sweetie W, and it's one of those unusual spellings that is Miss Sweetie, but it's MSWEETYW. So I don't know what you call those grammatically, but it's a cool little way to spell a word. And she asked that I discuss the Serena Williams American Pharaoh situation. Now, this is about the third time that I've tried to make this video. Note, bear in mind that I'm recording this video at 2:45 in the morning right now. So it's the third time I've tried to make this video. So I'm going to try to get to the point rather quickly, because the first time was about 20 minutes in. I made about a 20-minute video, so I don't know how long this video will be. But Serena Williams, for those who don't know, won the Sports Person of the Year award. Now, Sports Illustrated, the magazine, nominated her, and she won. And they gave her the award. They gave her the honor. Then they did an online poll to, I guess, their subscribers or their viewers, and ask who they felt should have won. And included in the poll was American Pharaoh. Now, American Pharaoh is the horse that won the Triple Crown. And the horse won the online poll. The horse won the popular vote from the viewers, or the listeners, or the subscribers, or the general public felt that American Pharaoh, an animal, should have won Sports Person of the Year over Serena Williams. Now, what I want now there's been several people to talk about it. There's been several people who talked about this, and I don't like to retread water, so I'll just try to keep it simple. Black people need to understand, not Serena Williams in particular, but black people in the general population need to understand that if white people are giving a black person an award, are giving a black person an honor, are giving a black person some type of special recognition, some type of special privilege, are painting them in some fashion as to glorify their work in some way, then that attention, that recognition, that praise, that good look comes with strings attached. That good look comes with strings, and they're not just gonna give any old black person the spotlight without humbling them in some way. Now, in this case, Serena Williams has long been criticized, um, by mainly by the white community and some black folks, for not being the most, attractive women according to European standards of beauty. They've said that she looks like a man. They said that she looks like a monkey. They've constantly disrespected her looks. They constantly disrespected her looks. So for them to nominate an actual animal in an online poll and for that animal to win is, really saying that it's really a subtle form. It's really a subtle knock. It's like, yeah, you won, but bitch, you look like an animal, and this other animal is a better athlete than you. That's really like the framework. It's like, don't get too proud, bitch. Don't get too proud. Don't be too happy because there's a better animal than you. It's like you really just the best human, but your monkey nigger strength is is what got you here. If we really was could open up the floodgates and let, your kind, your animal kind get praise and recognition as sports person of the year, then American Pharaoh would have beat you. That's really like the subtle diss, because Sports Illustrated, they decided who were selected for the online poll. To my knowledge, or at least they published, the choices for the poll. That name could have been brought up frequently by anybody, but you would think that because they want to be seen in a certain kind of light, they don't want to be so blatantly disrespectful, that wouldn't even have been a choice for people to make. And nobody really gave Sports Illustrated the business for even having that as a choice for the public to make. They're mainly focusing on the public who made the choice and who voted for the horse over Serena. But both of them are equally foul in my book, and they both should have gotten flack for that, especially Sports Illustrated. Now, the reason that Serena Williams even won in the first place is because she was far and away, the best athlete of the year. She was far and away. And these magazines, these award shows, these things that white people are involved in, they have to they have to maintain a certain level of legitimacy. They have to have a level of legitimacy, or else people are not going to take them seriously. And people are going to not respect their opinion. They're not going to respect anything that they do. So they have to maintain a certain level of integrity. So if Ronda Rousey wouldn't have lost her fight, she probably would have been nominated as Sports Person of the Year, because she would have come off another win. She's been undefeated. She was undefeated for about a year and a half or 2 years. She had the hype machine, up her asshole, and she was well spoken. She was beautiful according to their standards of beauty, and everything would have fell into place. But Ronda Rousey didn't perform, and Ronda Rousey lost. And realistically, yeah, they gave a cover on the magazine, but they couldn't make a Sports Person of the Year after taking that loss. I mean, Ronda Rousey was 90% hype the whole time anyway. They would People were just kind of hoping that she didn't lose for another 5 years so that shit could be legitimate. And Holly Holm is a new face. She's been performing and boxing and competing at a high level for longer than Rousey, but she hasn't been a mainstream star with mainstream scrutiny for any length of time. So they couldn't have given it to her either. So if you look at the landscape of athletes, and I don't follow sports, but if you look at the landscape of athletes, nobody really rises above and penetrates, pop culture and penetrates, the national conversation as being, an exemplary performer like Serena Williams. So they had to give it to her. It's like she more than earned it, more than deserved it, but they can't just give it to her. They got to give her the business too. They got to let her know, yeah, bitch, we going to give you this award because we don't really have a choice, because people ain't going to take our magazine seriously if we don't give you this award. But we got to knock you down a peg because you a little too proud for our taste. And that's really what it is. I recommend that people see a video she did. You can find it on YouTube, and I'll leave a link in the description. It's a video titled Serena Williams Takes on Body Shaming Haters in Powerful Speech. Now, from the title of the video, you would probably get the impression that she was giving some Amy Schumerish, everybody's body is beautiful, that kind of bullshit. She spoke about it very briefly, and she was talking about it within the context of herself. She was like, you could tell she almost wanted to say, these motherfuckers don't think I'm a bad bitch. Nigga, I'm a bad bitch. It's like you could tell that she almost wanted to say that shit, but she said it classy. She said that shit classy. And I have to agree with her. It's like, when we're going down the line, and when we're talking about fine-ass, beautiful women, Serena Williams doesn't get a lot of love. But from a man that really appreciates beautiful women, who appreciates gorgeous women, so Serena Williams is the shit. Serena Williams is the shit. It's just her type, the way that she looks is not common. It's not common. It's not something that you see every day. She's almost like a woman from another country. Almost. Because her build and her facial features are not what you would typically associate with being beautiful in America for a black woman. A lot of black women, if men are to say that they are really beautiful or they are really gorgeous, they are typically, African American women with very Europeanized features, which is fine. They're still black. I'm not saying that they're not black. They black. Trust me, they black. I ain't playing that game. They black too, but we've got it in our mind that a certain particular kind of black looks good, and this other kind of black doesn't look so good. So Serena Williams, she's dark skinned, she has strong African features, and they look at her and they say this is not a bad bitch. But if you really break her down, piece by piece, she adds up really good. Now, the face, the thing that I'm the most concerned about. The face look good. I mean, she's not an unattractive woman. She's not extremely pretty. She's not, she doesn't have the face that you just want to stare at a picture of her for hours and hours. But she's not unattractive. You're not gonna, it's not gonna, she's not ugly in any way. Her face doesn't take away from her in any way. And she has a nice smile. She has a nice smile and a nice set of teeth. She has a couple of moles, but the moles don't take away from her face. They're beauty marks with her. It's not like she got huge ass lumps that look like they need to be ripped out of her skin. It's cute. Her whole facial features are cool. And then when you get down into the body is stunning. The body is amazing. The body is incredible. Incredible body. And very athletic, very tight, you know, vivacious, voluptuous, and not an ounce of fat on her. And even down to her feet, it's like, nigga, I break it down, nigga. Even down to her feet, if you think about it, it's like you would think that if you saw Serena Williams' feet, like her feet would be fucked up. This lady is a professional tennis player. She's on her, like, she lives and dies on her feet. Her feet should look crazy. But other than a couple of corns, her feet look fine. I've seen regular chicks who work at the supermarket with worse looking feet than she got. And she's a professional athlete who performs on the highest level. Go look up Serena Williams' feet. Then look up Jennifer Hudson's feet. Jennifer Hudson was just a fat girl that got, lost some weight. Why is her feet more messed up than Serena Williams? It don't make no sense. So not only does Serena Williams look good, but she does a lot to take care of herself. She does a lot to maintain herself. She does a lot to treat herself good and to make sure that she, is presentable from head to toe. So she's a beautiful woman. Physically beautiful, but they shit on her physical beauty. And another thing, which is probably the whole reason that they felt that they needed to knock her down and humble Serena, is because that Serena Williams is really not a coon. Like, if you look at most black athletes, if you look at most very popular black athletes, you look at guys like Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman, he fought the good fight for a while. Then he started to break down and talk about black on black crime. You look at other athletes like LeBron James, who have caught some heat, for not standing up for, young black males being shot, not participating, not want to be a part of the conversation, and many other black people in entertainment that just want to wash their hands of the whole situation because it affects their money. But Serena Williams has kind of put herself on the line and kind of stood out and talked about some things that, maybe hurt her, in the eyes of the dominant society. She stood out and she took a stand. And that's not to say that she's the most qualified to speak on the issues, but she didn't buck dance and do all of that bullshit for white approval. She didn't go the extra mile for white people to like her. She stood firm in her blackness. Now, I don't know the whole Serena Williams story. I'm basing this largely on the Sports Illustrated article I read. But I recommend that you go check out the Sports Illustrated article. It's a long read, in between one of my many errands that I run. I needed to kill some time. So I said, let me read this article. And I was reading, and I was reading, and I was reading. I was like, God damn, is this a book? What the fuck is going on? How long is this article? It's a long article. I'd say it's about 10 pages long. And in the article, one thing in particular stood out to me. There was a portion of the article where Serena Williams was talking about, or the interviewer was talking about, a story where Serena Williams told that she was performing in one of her tennis matches and the crowd was hurling racial epithets at her. The crowd was calling her nigger. The crowd was disrespecting her. The crowd didn't like her. And here's the funny thing. The crowd was saying all of this, and her family was in attendance. Her sister, I think multiple sisters were in attendance. Her father was in attendance, and maybe some other, entourage was in attendance. So you got these 4 or 5 black people who all say the same thing. They were saying racial things to me. And in the article, it's like we could not find anybody who could confirm, or nobody ever stepped forward to confirm whether or not the incidents took place. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, y'all don't record this shit? It's like if the bitch lying, if she's lying, don't you have like some footage that would be on the crowd, some audio that could easily put this whole thing to bed? Like, how hard would it be to find somebody who heard a crowd full of people saying or not saying nigga to somebody performing? How hard would that have been? So the fact that they would even say that she allegedly got racial epithets is in and of itself says a lot about how, white people won't throw each other under the bus. White people won't throw each other under the bus. It's like, oh, she say that they were saying the N-word, but we can't find anybody who heard anybody in the crowd saying it except her and her family. But how reliable is 5 or 6 black people? Like they think everything is racist. They were talking about Niger. They were saying Niger. They weren't saying the N-word. They were saying Jigabon. They were saying Cinnabon. They're from another country. It sounded like they didn't. They Cinna came out like Jigna Jigga. It's they were talking about the rapper and the cinnamon roll. They didn't say jungle. They didn't say jungle monkey. They it's that kind of thing. So I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way about that. And all the while, I was really impressed by Serena Williams' resilience. I was really impressed by her class. I was really impressed by her strength. Like, Serena Williams is a warrior. She's a warrior physically as an athlete, performing through injuries, through having the flu, through you know, personal tragedies and being ridiculed and made fun of, and just through it all, she stood up and she's fought. She has the heart of a warrior. And to Serena Williams, I just want to say that I really, after reading that article, now I don't want to base, everything that there is to know about her on article, however long it was. More research has to be done, but she seems like a real one. She seems like somebody who stands up for her principles. She seems like somebody who doesn't kowtow and kiss white people's ass. She has to walk that line, and it's a fine line, and it's a hard line to walk, but she does it with grace, and she does it with dignity. And when you have a certain level of pride, when you have a certain level of dignity, when you don't bow down and kiss the feet of white people, they want to let you know that you ain't as big as you think you are. We gave you everything that you have, and you better know that we can take it from you. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I appreciate Miss Sweetie W the question. After getting into this video for the third time, and getting to the end of it, I do feel a little better, being able to make it all the way through, to pretty much say everything that I thought. Once again, go to your local, magazine, holder. You ain't gotta buy the magazine. Just stand in the store, wherever it is, and read the article. It's gonna take you about 30 minutes. You may read it faster than I did, because you may be a faster reader, but it's about 10, 12 pages. Stand there, read the article, read what they have to say. Look at all the things that Serena Williams has fought through. Look at the ways that she stood up for her principles, and had to, grow up and find herself in this system and maintain some level of blackness, of black identity, and black, you know, association, that she didn't just, do everything that she could to be accepted and included in that game. And because of that, whether she did or not, you're gonna catch it. The cost, for their recognition could be cooning, could be getting on camera and shaming other black folks. That could be the cost. Or the cost could be, we give you an award and we automatically say that an animal should have won an award that's only including or inclusive of humans. They gave Viola Davis an award, for her show How to Get Away with Murder. And in the next season she was sucking on a white woman's asshole. She went from fucking the white man to fucking the white woman, and showing no real strength of character whatsoever. So she said this great speech, and they humbled her. Some what could have been a strong, intellectual character can really just be broken down into a scared, manipulative hoe. Halle Berry, got broken down. Denzel got broken down. I may include this interview that was very popular that Eddie Murphy did, regarding the Bill Cosby situation. No black person makes it out of this game. No black man, I think he said, makes it out of this game clean. Like, nobody makes it out clean. If you want their praise, if you want their awards, if you want their recognition, it's gonna come with a price. Now, you can pay now or you can pay later, but you're gonna pay for acceptance. So black people, you have to, if you want your stars to be held in some kind of esteem, then you have to create an environment where they can stand on their own, and they can stand away, and they don't have to be involved, and they don't have to get on their knees and beg white people to like them, beg white people to understand them, beg white people to get them. White people know you very well. They understand you very well. And they just don't like you. They know you. There's nothing else that you could tell them that they don't already know, that they haven't already known. You so quickly forget that they used to own you. You think they don't know you? You think they don't understand your customs, understand your language, understand, your slang? You think they don't know who you are? You think it's a breakdown in communication? You think you need to sit down and have a conversation with motherfuckers that hate you? That's what you believe? You need to get a clue. These white people, they feel how they feel because they feel that they're superior, and they hate that they don't have the ability legally to assert their dominance over you. that they don't have the ability to slap you in the face whenever they get ready, or to punch you in the mouth whenever they get ready. That's what they have an issue with. That's what they don't like. So once again, I appreciate, Miss Sweetie W, for sending me the question. Um, Anytime anybody sends me a question or sends me a topic that they want me to talk about, it will always get the priority. I will make sure that I do it first before I try to do any video, until I get to, some crazy level of popularity, and I have some sort of system in place for picking out topics. Until that day comes, while I'm still, building my channel and building up my name, and figuring out my point of view, I will make sure that I get to them. But just like I told her, no relationship questions. I don't do relationship questions. Don't ask me relationship questions, because if I answer your relationship questions, do not blame me if you are no longer in a relationship. Um. Anyway, that's pretty much what I gotta say. Let me know what you think of the whole situation. Let me know what you think of this video. You can leave it in the comments. If there's anything that you would like me to talk about, or if there's any subject, anything in the media, any gossip, anything going on, you can send me an email at themrmassman@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter and find me on Facebook at the Mr. Massman. You can find some of my videos at Daily Motion at the Mr. Massman. I got through it without being interrupted. It's 3:15 in the morning when I'm recording this. I do appreciate your attention. If you made it all the way through, thank you for your attention, and I will see you in the next video.